At that moment, was jumping up and screaming at the top of my lungs, "This cake is a lie!" Hey, it's Dusty with yet another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for leaving my own birthday dinner because my girlfriend turned it into a proposal for herself? What? I, 28 male, had my birthday dinner last weekend, and my girlfriend, Sarah, 27 female, offered to plan it. I was excited because I usually keep things low-key, but she said she wanted to make it special. She booked a nice restaurant and invited close friends and family. Everything was going great until it was time for dessert. The waiter brought out a cake, but instead of my name, it said, "Will you marry me, Sarah?" Oh my God. This is Janice level. Oh my God.
Nailed it.
She did weaponize the cake. The cake is a lie. At that moment, was jumping up and screaming at the top of my lungs, "This cake is a lie!" She had them right. "Will you marry me, Sarah?" She's asking herself to marry her with your cake. You've been framed. You've been cake framed. I gotta say though, it looks like the outcome for your pending marriage and the rest of your life is looking really, really positive. You're gonna be very successful. I was completely blindsided. Sarah got all teary-eyed, turned to me and said, "Well, this is the best surprise ever, right?" It's a big surprise. You're right about that. Everyone around us started clapping and her friends were filming. I just sat there, stunned. She took my silence as hesitation and started going on about how she knew I wasn't big on grand gestures, but she couldn't wait anymore, so she took matters into her own hands. If you did not, at this point, stand up and like someone had a 34-foot flame blowtorch on your asshole, run at full speed. Out the door, down the block, and just as far away as you could get. In general, I will come through this story and bitch slap you to get you to come to your senses. At that moment, I stood up and said, "This is my birthday. If you wanted a proposal, you should have talked to me about it first." Then I grabbed my stuff and walked out. Walked out. Good enough. Sarah was mortified and her friends blew up my phone, calling me an asshole for embarrassing her and ruining the night. I'm not worried about the night. She just tried to ruin my life. She even said I humiliated her when she was just trying to do something romantic. Something romantic? She tried to trick me into marrying her. That's not something romantic. That's criminal. Now my family is split. Some say I should have just gone along with it for the night, while others think she crossed a major boundary. So am I the astronaut for leaving my own birthday dinner because my girlfriend hijacked it for a proposal? No! Hell no. However, look, you bizzo, delulu, audacity level. This is gonna choke for a second. It always does, but then it'll get there. That's what she said. Crazy woman. She has to understand that by doing what she's doing, it's a gamble. It's a huge gamble. And the risk is what ended up happening. She accepted the risk when she chose to do this. And if it were something that you were ready to do and you were like, "Oh, hell yeah, this is perfect, rock and roll," cool. But you weren't. She took a choice away from you. And she doesn't get to do that. She doesn't own you. She doesn't get to claim you. You get to make that decision for yourself. But the fact that she thinks she has that power means that this happening was the biggest blessing you've ever received, because it allows you to escape the inevitable hell that would have been the rest of your life. Think about this for a second, dude. If this choice wasn't even yours, what choice will be? Can you imagine living in a world where someone else makes all of your choices? You have no say whatsoever. You were a prop. It was bold. There was a grand gesture. I mean, me. What? This is not even like she proposed to you. She proposed to her. I'm so confused. It's an NTA.